What's up, everybody? We are going to tier list rank the Friday the 13th franchise. There are 12 movies in the series. That includes the remake and a crossover. We're going to rank them in the order that they came out. I don't know what he's going to rank. He doesn't know what I'm going to rank. What are some overall thoughts about the whole franchise?
They're not great movies, but they're like fun movies for me. I like watching them a lot.
You like watching people get murdered?
They're my sick movies. So when I'm sick, I like watching them.
Yeah. Well, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, the very first movie is the original Friday the 13th from 1980. So the original Friday the 13th, you've seen like 4 times? Because we originally watched it. Yeah. I think since then, you had put it on at one random time.
Yeah.
We also went and saw it on Friday the 13th in the movie theater, packed. That was an awesome experience. Yeah. But what is your thoughts or your ranking for the original?
S tier.
Really?
Yeah.
The original's S tier, just straight out the box.
Maybe it's just because we saw it in the theaters.
That helped.
But,
people screaming and
yeah. But I think Pamela's a better villain than Jason.
How so?
Acting. I thought she was
well, Jason doesn't say much.
Yeah, exactly. I think she was like really good, and like I think I was more afraid of her than like Jason, even though he's like a supernatural thing. Like she was more like crazy.
So yeah, I mean she's creepy and scary and like you can imagine someone in real life. At this point, we're still dealing in sort of reality. We haven't went into the supernatural or ridiculousness. Yeah. So you gave it an S. Yeah. I also gave it an S.
Oh.
As far as the Friday the 13th series, it's one of the best. All right, the following year, we go back to Camp Crystal Lake, Friday the 13th Part 2.
A tier.
A tier, okay.
I prefer Jason without the hockey mask.
This video, Jason sucks, except for when he doesn't have his iconic mask.
I think he's more menacing with like the it's like the scarecrow thing on. Like he's way more creepier.
Yeah, he's just some dude that's been living out in the woods and will like grab something to cover his face because he's not
I think
handsome. And that's still at this point, we're creepy. Yeah. And it's violent. This big dude out.
Like the part in the shack with the mom's head.
Yeah. So yeah, it's developing more of the lore, which is cool. And at the beginning, spoiler alert.
I like that too. That
she gets killed right from the beginning. The survivor from the first one.
Yep.
So you gave it an A. I also gave it an A.
Damn.
So we are going to agree on every movie on this list.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
All right, the next movie, the following year. Now we're getting a little bit more gimmicky because it's Friday the 13th 3D.
Yeah.
All right.
V tier.
Really? This used to be your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, but now like thinking back, only thing that was special about it was he got his hockey mask.
The only thing.
I mean, there was a harpoon kill, right?
Yeah.
That was it.
Everything takes advantage of the 3D.
Yes.
But he does get his hockey mask.
I prefer him without it.
From the jokester character. And you prefer the iconic hockey mask just out of here. Like Freddy Krueger, no glove, just punches. You know?
Yeah.
Leatherface. It's not even... It's
the chainsaw.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Texas Hammer Massacre.
Actually, yeah.
So you're not impressed by the getting of the iconic hockey mask. This used to be your favorite because of that aspect. But now you're like...
I prefer him without. I really like... Pamela, I like better. I like the pitchfork Jason the best.
You love her so much, you're on a first name basis. She's not even Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah.
Pam, if you will.
Pam.
So you gave it a B.
Yeah.
I too gave it a B. We're going to get everyone exactly the same. Now we're at part 4. It's not called part 4, I don't think. I think it's just called the final chapter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Jason's going to be killing with his hockey mask. Well, he's not going to be using his hockey mask to kill.
Yeah.
But he's in the hockey mask. Something happens to the hockey mask in this movie, and they carry that on, and that's at the end.
Like it gets broken?
Tommy, or Corey Feldman, upside the head.
Yeah.
Oops, upside your head. And then one of my favorite, it comes down and he starts sliding down on the machete, and then Tommy goes to work on him.
Yeah.
And he's got his head shaved. So I was a Goonies fan. I like Corey Feldman. I like the Corey movies. This is my favorite.
Really? It's A tier for me.
It's A tier for you.
But I really like Tommy in this. I think he's a great character. Like the ending sequence like you're talking about, I really like. But I like Jason without a hockey mask better.
And it's the final chapter, so this was going to be the end of the series, you know. Yeah. Or is it? Is Tommy going to take over? It's ambiguous to the end with the way he looks, which is cool. You said you gave it an A. Yeah. Where on the list of
middle.
it? It's middle A. It's my favorite S, even above the one that we currently have for S. I'll put it as S. You only have one S. I'll put it as an A for now. All right, even though that was the final chapter, very next year they come out A New Beginning. Yeah. It's the 5th one. What did you give A New Beginning?
B tier.
Okay. This is a lot of people have varying opinions on this, wide range, because Jason Voorhees is not the killer. Yeah. But we're still in reality. There's nothing really supernatural reliant at this point. But it looks as someone who looks like Jason Voorhees. So is this is it a mixture that works, mixture that doesn't work? Because in part 1, it's not Jason Voorhees the killer. 2 through 4, it is. 5, it's not again, but it looks like him. Yeah.
So I like him better than Jason.
Tommy, grown up Tommy is in this. Yeah. He's
teenager Tommy, right? More so.
Well, he's late teens. But
I like the psychological themes in this movie.
Character development. Yeah. So you like that aspect.
Yeah. I mean, not being Jason's alright. Like it's kind of like a whodunit. Like who is he?
Yeah, it's a mystery. It seems like it's Tommy because at the end of 4, it leads you to think that he's taking up the kind of murderous intent. So you give it a B. I actually also give it a B. All right, the next movie. It's the 6th movie. Jason Lives. In this one, now we're definitely supernatural because he gets resurrected as a zombie because of Tommy. At the graveyard, lightning bolt comes down, so very Frankenstein-ish.
And at the end, he gets chained up. He floats down.
At the end of Jason Lives, they put the chain around him with a big rock, bottom of Camp Crystal Lake, back where he belongs. Yeah. But he's not dead. This movie's hilarious to me. Yeah. Intentionally hilarious, too. I like it better now. I liked it back in the day because I think this was one of the first ones that I saw right when it came out. Not in the movie theater, but on tape. I give it an A.
I give it an A, too.
Unbelievable. So we're in agreement on Jason Lives. Yeah. All right, now to part 7, The New Blood.
C tier.
C tier, okay. Why?
The telekinesis is so stupid.
It is stupid. Stupid. We added in the supernatural aspect of the last movie. That doesn't mean we have to keep adding in other stuff. Yeah. So the acting that is fun and bad in the previous movies are just bad in this one.
Well, we were laughing a lot because of how bad it was.
It
was really bad, like a room.
There's not creative kills. There's not really good suspense. So you gave it a C?
Yeah. It's my lowest C.
It's your lowest C. Well, it's my highest D.
So it should go C.
Here we go again. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that as C. All right, that movie was so good they had to make another one the next year. This is the first one that I saw in the movie theaters. Jason Takes Manhattan, just like the Muppets. He's getting away from Camp Crystal Lake. He's traveling to the big city. What do you give it? What do you think?
C tier.
C tier.
It's better than the one with telekinesis.
Why?
Because I think while they were in the boat was actually pretty good, but when they got out, it wasn't. But while they were in the boat, it was pretty good. They
spend almost the whole movie. It shouldn't be Jason Takes Manhattan. It should be Jason on the boat.
Yeah.
They wanted to explain how this dude ended up in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. Okay, he lived on a boat. You don't have to then spend the entire movie on the boat, but I'm sure it was cheaper to film on a set for a boat than in New York. But I have such a visceral reaction because I remember being so disappointed going to the movie theater, and then an hour into the movie, we're finally in Manhattan. We all wanted to see Jason going through New York, Times Square, Broadway, just all these different places tearing up New York. Yeah. For you, it's better than part 7.
Yeah.
It might be better than part 7.
Yeah. Okay.
But for me, because of the disappointment and what I wanted to see, I have it below the last one. I have it a D below the last one. So basically, we're like this. Here's part 7. For you, here's part 7 for me. Part 8 for you, you move it up, but I drop it down. Yeah. So it ends up right in the same place as the other one. It goes C as well. On to the next movie, the 9th movie in the series, Jason Goes to Hell.
D tier.
D tier.
This is my only D tier.
It's your only D tier.
It was terrible. The quality was terrible. The acting was terrible.
Now, and we're talking about a Friday the 13th series, so it's not like quality is high.
No.
But then this hits, and you're like, oh.
It's worse than everything, yeah.
It's bad. The acting
3
is
out of
bad.
10.
The story, the worm thing, like
Yeah.
the spirit, demon, whatever.
Yeah.
But here you don't have Jason as the big Jason. Other people are doing the killing.
Yeah.
So it's like 1, it's like 5, but it's the worst case scenario.
It's like bounty hunters and
no,
shit.
yeah, no one you really care
Yeah.
about. Plus, there's some really gross parts where like the grossness from the earlier ones were because it looked real. It
Yeah.
was like creative, like how can we make this look real? Here's just like how can we come up with something that'll gross them out. And so yeah, it's my least favorite of the entire series. We agree. D.
Yeah.
So Jason is done. It's over. The series is over. Psych. Jason X. This one takes place in the future, in space. He's almost like a cyborg metallic type situation because he's been frozen. What do you give it?
C tier.
Okay.
It was cool to see you in space. It's nothing special. It was better than telekinesis, though, I thought.
Yeah.
Telepathy or whatever it was.
So they, he went to Manhattan, he went to hell. Where else are you going to go?
Yeah.
Future, space. There were some cool parts to it. The like cryo freeze of the person and then breaking apart. It's definitely not as bad as the ones that I hate.
Yeah.
But it's not the original. And there's something about, the camp, like when you go out into the woods.
Yeah.
Now we're in a place where I'm never gonna be. I'm not gonna be on a spaceship
Yeah.
in the future,
Yeah.
unless they freeze me like Jason.
Mhm.
And so the like relatability aspect is completely gone. I too gave it a C. All right, now we have a movie that a lot of us fans wanted, and we finally got a crossover: Freddy versus Jason.
B tier.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad. It was cool to see them two fight. Like,
Yeah, that's going to give it an extra
Yeah.
letter grade just because it's a crossover Freddy versus Jason. Definitely not the best movie in
No.
either series. Probably in the lower half of either series. But it's not terrible, and the middle ranking is a B.
yeah.
I gave it a B too.
For me, it's in the upper half.
So it's like
One.
ranked 6th or
Yeah.
something? Okay. It's my 6th ranked movie,
It's
so
my
it's the
6th.
bottom of the upper half,
Yeah.
So same for you. We both have
Yeah.
it ranked 6th.
Yeah.
So we have the final movie, which is a remake, Friday the 13th.
Yeah. B tier.
B tier.
It wasn't that bad. It was cool to see it modernized.
Yeah, there's nothing really more to say about it. It was fine. I have it right below. It's my 7th, which is right below Freddy vs. Jason, so also a B tier for me. This one came out in 2009, so it was kind of like right at the cusp, right before. I'm gonna try to use the word cusp in every one of our
Okay.
videos.
All right.
It's right before kind of a rebirth and revitalization of horror movies, a renaissance with new age people, and so it'd be cool to see some of the modern horror directors. So anyway, yeah, I would like to see the series started back. Now looking at our list here, I was going to say it's a pretty symmetrical, but it's completely symmetrical.
Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell, we both have that as our lowest
Yeah.
movie. We don't both have Friday the 13th Part 1 as our top movie. Let's look at our A's. Did you give each of those an A?
Yes.
Okay. I gave 2 an A. I gave 6 an A.
So it should go higher.
But I gave 4 an S.
Yeah. So it should
Not
go
just
higher.
an S.
You're higher.
I ranked it above the original Friday the 13th. So
Yeah.
it should definitely go above
Yeah.
2 and 4.
Yeah.
I think Friday the 13th Part 4 should be moved up to S tier.
All right.
Now, in regards to Parts 7, 8, and 10.
X, Hatton, Nieces.
Great. Couldn't just call them 7, 8, and 10. I have X, then the New Blood, then Jason Takes Manhattan. So X definitely goes above the other two.
I think we should put Manhattan above that because you changed one to the whole letter grade.
Okay. So our C is now Jason X, then Manhattan, then Telekinesis.
Yes.
Now this middle crew has Part 3, Part 5, Freddy vs. Jason, and the reboot. Part 3 and Freddy vs. Jason get the top 2 spots. Then A New Beginning, and then the remake. I think it's a pretty solid list. I don't think there's anything really controversial there.
Final chapter deserves the S tier.
Yeah, exactly. Who agrees with me that Final Chapter deserves to be S tier? And then who agrees? What's your wildest take?
Pam's the best. No, I like the Jason without the
Hockey mask.
with
Who
the,
thinks that that Jason minus hockey mask is the
is
best
the best
Jason?
version of him.
All right, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And until next time. He doesn't know what I'm going to rank them. I don't know what he's going to rank them. Then we're going to try to come to a consensus. And the thing to remember, they're ranked against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so the first movie is the first movie, Friday the 13th. Wait, what?
You don't have your computer with a tier list.
All right, the very first movie is the original Friday the 13th from 1980.
Yep.
It sure is. That's what comes first. The first movie comes first. Yep. All right, the very first movie. All right, the very first movie is the original. They did enough in the first series that it doesn't have to be Jason Voorhees. You know, it could be something else that utilizes the lore. Whatever.
I like the old ones.
Yeah. Rebooting is not going to take away the old ones.
Oh, wait.
You know?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Okay. A movie that you gave an A to, and it was your third top movie.
I don't know. I mean, there was a harpoon kill, right? In this one?
Yeah.